Quick admittance and reason why I used Sikhism um, as a as an adjective or a noun or what. Um, um, so yesterday I talked about Stop Act 2. Shortly therefore, hereafter, Stop the Internet was acquired by the fake Anonymous in a pro capitalism belief to save the internet. That's what um, the Pentagon wanted you to believe. Um, but in India, Sikhism has got two swords up. I'll say this once. The support farmers. Not we are the support farmers. We need to support the world. Native Indians, and you're Asian now, Indians, but you used to be Indian, but now you prefer not to be Indian. You prefer to be Asian. But part of your other way, the native ones, they believe that the world is a living thing and it's God. So we would need to support it by farming it, and that's giving yourself a superpower. Yeah,
Those peas,
yeah.
added two big jugs of hot water, and they went from like this to
They just swelled right up, eh? So
yeah.
when it comes to the guys with the golden headpieces, not the obsidian ones, the golden ones. Um, there were a few of them arrested for three of them arrested for very, very bad murderous things. Um, and even though they were arrested, um, it is one of the most inhumane places that there is.
You got a Tide pen?
It's not spoken about though.
Do you have a Tide pen?
No, I don't. Sorry. Um, so if seeking is killing everything and destroying your peoples, okay, here's another example. You're going to be a grave burner. Your son will be a grave burner, and his son will be a grave burner. You'll never get to do anything but burn graves. Your whole family line. Period. Sikhism. They found it. That's how you control people, by forcing them to do things. Um, Good young strong jungle boy. Mowgli is an idiot. But good young strong jungle boy. Uh, so, yeah, I want you to Google um, India getting their internet shut off. Hopefully you can find some stuff. Hey guys. Um, that's what Haffer said. He's my friend. My best friend. His name's Haffers. And I'm not joking. But India got their internet shut off because and threatened that they would not get it put back on until their acts against humanity and they need it shut off again. Period. At the same time that Indians' internet shut off 3 years ago, Siri was hacking Rogers, like the voice thing, weird, and Kazakhstan had no internet. To toggle a switch, what do you think happens? You don't have to think about it. Your job is an analyst. And most people that want they have AI software that you can just say, write me a blog for Bitcoin mining, and you push a button and you make JT Fox money, and it writes a blog for you. So that way you can tell people to like and subscribe your shit, so you can make bank to follow you down a shitty rabbit hole. It's not even your rabbit hole. You've just been mazed into it, and you don't even know your own way out yet. You're kind of trapped. It's kind of like the game, uh-oh, who's getting into trouble? Mousetrap. So I remember when the map came over, and then it's not apparent right now. They would, on my Quora accounts, they would stalk me and comment on it. I thought it was hilarious. They had a surveillance van outside of my house. I thought it was hilarious. And I watched them pick the locks on the guy across the street that lives across the street. I watched them pick his locks to surveillance me. I thought that was fucking hilarious. When I would leave my house, I would record their helicopter fly over top of my house and just sit there. And I would record it in a video on my phone. And then I would post it online. And then I would go back to watch the video, and the helicopter would be just like a NASA photo with UFOs in it. They airbrush it out. They airbrushed out their own helicopters. I thought it was fucking cute. They would follow me around with Google Street View vans. So cute. And they wouldn't do anything about it because they can't. Adorable. The only reason I got arrested was because there's no suitable help when it's time for you to rest after using a narcotic level 2. You need to rest and get your strength back. I'm going back out soon, but not until I'm happy and healthy. And I'm just going to be an environmentalist braiding trees for the rest of my days. But the only reason I got a record is because there were homeless people that I was trying to feed and clothe. After full days spent at the local lake swimming, I got hungry and decided to make pizza in the middle of the night at a closed pizza store, because I don't trust the Salvation Armies. And the only way I could get them to pay for me to get strong was for me to manipulate their services. Remember, I'm handicapped. So are 47% of Canadian community. They're disabled. 47% of us are handicapped. So 47% of people are just born autistic or handicapped? Come on. This is a learned behavior. But I do get anxiety on the buses. It's horrible. And I take Parkinson's meds sometimes because I get tremors. If you use drugs nowadays, you get the people on the lowest part of the pyramid actually have the free time, and they get money paid for by the government to live and survive off of. It goes from $600 a month to support yourself to $1,400 if you're on disability. And you're working for half of my income, and I get to fucking change the actual world. You're a slave and you have no time to do it. Yeah.
If you go to a
store secondhand store and see like little tiny pots, like small soup pots,
Yeah.
or little frying pans. Can you grab from your people?
100%.
I need to start melting down that wax and start making candles. Downsizing my stuff, right? I have a lot of hobbies that I put off for so long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start downsizing my shit. So.
If you've got addiction issues, which my tremors have gone, but I'm on disability now, and I'm happy and I'm set. It's illegal for when you use drugs, and if you ever lose your home, it's illegal for you to grow a vegetable on crown land or put a tent up and camp on it. So they made it illegal unless you're following their dream. I've got my own dreams. And now they're fulfilling them for me. They work for fucking me. And they can't arrest us when half of us can't be arrested. The whole internet is modded right now. And the only reason I got arrested is because I needed 3 hots and a cot because I got tired of having wet feet and sleeping in parks in the rain and getting a wet blanket every single day and having to go steal a new one from Walmart every single fucking day and having wet socks. I needed to come in for a couple seasons to dry off. I have everything lined up to, if you ever make me trip and go to a jail, I've got no problem taking off my shorts and pants in court and throwing my wiener on the table and pleading insanity. Because the way you look at me, you already think I am. So what's a pot in a kettle if it's not black? Now tip me over and pour me out. I'm a little teapot. Getting stronger and bigger. When I say half of us can't be arrested, I mean, that guy that wore horns on the news that said Q sent me, he got arrested for saying that. And he was, or doing something stupid. Anyways, it had nothing to do with, I don't know. I don't really know. I can't remember. Google it. Or I'm going to come to your house and start clicking your mouse for you and call it a tech mouse. Anyway. Are you in, you're, when they call you a cattle and you're worth $150,000 dead to the world banks, and the pandemic is you being alive, you're nothing more than a mere statistic. That's not what I feel, but it's what I hear. And I'm just trying to help you break loose from your reality, because in the matrix of slavery, people think it's okay to be stupid, and because they're afraid of change. You don't have to be scared of it, because you can watch it happen. And nobody knows you better than yourself. So based off of your experience, where do you stand? What corner or side of a pyramid are you on? Because London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Red Rover, Red Rover. Who should we call Rover? The biggest or the smallest one? The biggest. Red Rover, Red Rover. We call the biggest over. He doesn't seem to be there because he's actually doing work and not judging. I don't think he needs to be called. No API for him. I love our community. That guy will never get arrested. And one day we won't have to go to jail to get a restful night of sleep out of their aid. I'm done being on house arrest in December. That's great news, by the way. For breaking a couple windows. Not for any of this bullshit. I tried taking my computer into the courthouse and telling them that I'm fucking over all the bad guys. And I went into the police station with proof. I went to UBC, the engineers of UBC, the tech department, and I got turned away everywhere. Every single human turned me. If you felt like you had information that could change the entire world, who would you give it to actually see it get changed? And then who would believe you? Who would invest their time in you? Hey, and how would you contact them?
I set it up.
And how can you trust them? Like, seriously.
Pissed off about the holiday. GSD.
I'm going to tell you who. It's yourself, your future, and in all honesty, you're our friend and future community. So, I trust you. And I would take a bullet for you too. So, wherever you stand on that, we're good. We're real good. If in the last 3 days you felt something touch you, but there's been nobody there, instead of saying something just touched me, bro, did you feel that? Why don't you try reaching out and telling it you trust it instead of acting like a deer in the fucking headlights? We expect the utmost from you. Do you know who Baal is? Like actual Baal or Metaphisto or Mephisto? They're your homework. Figure out the difference between the two of them. And where do you fit into that puzzle piece? On Diabolic or Diablo, some of the bad guys, if you're not aware of them, are Baal and Mephisto. But if you actually know who they are, then maybe you would stop fucking judging or assuming things. Assumptions aren't proven science. Bro, I'm just being real because sometimes a person needs a step or a push from a realist to never want to talk to them again until after. I guess it depends. Because from my experience, I've only ever really known one as a girlfriend, and I've never fucking talked to her ever again. So I don't have any experience, but I'm assuming, which isn't proven science, that I'm going to make you have a hissy fit with yourself, and you're going to be your own realist. There you go. Target on point. You'll be your own realist, and you're an emotional executor. I before E, except after C. Emotional over intellect. And your emotional intellect over emotions when you're at a succulent. I suggest you drive your car into a field where there's llamas or something that will spit on you around and go and yell at it. And then when it spits on you, just yell at it. Because it won't care, and neither do I. And I hope you don't either. I hope you're desensitized enough to actually change. Make something out of your life.